I would like each and every one of you to do like this. You know why you do like that? When you have a question, you put up your hand. And now I can see that everybody knows how to put up their hand and ask a question. Yes or no? Yes. So this is the start of the new school year, and we are all excited to be here for the new school year. I want to wish you all the best with your school year. Remember, if you don't understand something, you raise your hand and ask the teacher. Teachers, thank you for your energy. Thank you for everything that you are doing for our students. And parents, I have a very short message which I carry all over. This device and also the games that you buy for the children, they are up at night very late when you are sleeping. If they don't get sufficient sleep, they cannot come and listen to their teachers. So their success is also dependent on you, the parents, to make sure that the children sleep at night. Okay? All the best for the new school year and success to all of us.
Well, one of the objectives of the Leos and the Lions Clubs and Lion Club International is to serve in the community. And so this year, the Leo Omega, as they're opening their first service project, thought about going back to school project. And because that was one of our signature projects that was started in 2019 by the then president of the Leos Omega's Club, we then said, let's continue with that signature project. And this year, they cater to the foster kids. And so they open the doors for 2 foster homes to have their students come in and get their hair braided, and the boys got haircuts, and then we provided them with school bags and school supplies.
Why the foster care?
Because basically we look for, in every organization of projects, we target a group. So for instance, we would say maybe young persons, maybe, persons living in different areas, and this year the brainstorming project came up with the foster care. And so one of our goals this year is to really do a lot for foster care. The Leos Club does a lot for foster care in terms of any occasion we make them feel that they are not missing out because they are not in a standard home, that they are not missing out. So we do Easter egg hunts with them, we do whatever occasion there's there, we always make sure that they also feel part of the community. So this was a no-brainer in terms of who you target for this back-to-school program for the Omegas.
What exactly are you making available to those youngsters returning to school on Monday?
So they're here now. They've been with us since morning. They had breakfast. They're watching movies. The girls are getting their hair braided, and we're taking the boys by groups to different barbers who are part of the program, who will then cut their hair, and then we'll come back here for the final goodbyes and so on. They will be offered a school bag full of supplies, school books, pencils, pens, and just a typical back-to-school preparation package that we will provide for them.
Approximately how many youngsters are we referring to here?
We have 24 now for the day. We're working with 24.
You've already spoken to the Leo advisor, Brenda, and she's outlined it more or less as to what it is we're busy with. But I just want to support the efforts made by the Leo's Club. It's something we do on an annual year to give back to the community, to assist those. As you know, we have some trying challenges at times, and every little bit assistance and help out there is welcome. And being part of a prestigious club that is out there to serve and assist the community, it was only fitting to do such a project.
Now, taking into consideration the fact that this is happening on a yearly basis, I'm sure you will be continuing with that as has been outlined in your program. Is there anything in particular that you, as president of the Lions Club, looking forward to accomplishing as time goes by in relation to the youngsters?
Well, one of my goals for this year is actually to go on a drive. Actually, that's also one of the aim of the Leo president as well, is to help our club to grow bigger, and in that way we will be able to do more projects and serve on a different capacity and level as well. You know how nice it is to have young people out there performing and giving service, giving back to the community. You know, as young people, I mean, you've been young, I mean, myself, but there's so much time that they have on their hand, and we would like to encourage them to join our club, to join our Alpha and our Amigos club, and you'll be amazed to what the possibilities are in giving back to the community. So one of the things that we're striving for this year is to have our clubs increase with membership.
I'm happy you made mention, you're making this appeal for youngsters to become part of the Omega Club. But how can they go about doing so, Lion?
Yes, I would leave my advisor answer that question for you.
Well, if you're interested, you definitely can contact any of the Lions members or any of the Leo members. Our Leo president is Mr. Allendale Etienne, and we have a Facebook page, so you can also go on the Facebook page and leave us a message. And so basically we have membership drives, but you can contact any one of the Leos and say you're interested, and we'll get you the induction package and the welcome package and the membership package so that you can be part of the organization.
And you are currently how many members strong?
We in the Omega we have 12, and in the Alpha we have 35. That's a younger group of Leos.
Let me take you back to your presentation to youngsters from the foster care organizations on St. Martin. Those material, how did they came about?
We went on a donation journey where we asked different community-oriented persons that are businesses to donate to our project. So we had Pennies, the Dollar Store, Dollar Smart, and we had the braiders from Jazz It Up Braiding, and different barbers who tell us to bring the kids to their barber shop, and then the kids got the opportunity to get a haircut.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emil Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zakers Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welcalaken Road, K Hill from Welcalaken Road Roundabout until the One-Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
First of all, are you satisfied with the reopening in terms of preparations?
I am satisfied, but I know that some of the schools will not be open all on the same day today, and for various reasons. Some schools have a program for today and tomorrow, and some schools have pushed back their opening maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks because of the repairs that are ongoing. So usually at the beginning of the school year, you will have these kind of things happening, and then everything will go over smoothly.
I'm happy you made mention of the repairs. How has that been coming along?
The repairs are going very good, very well. Most naturally, I would like to have it faster, but I must say, when we look at Milton Peters College, who went through major repairs last year, you know, their program was also different than the regular program. And this term, we have the other schools that are now being repaired. So as we move forward, we will be completing the repairs of the schools as we started with those schools that were damaged the most severe. So Milton Peters College, Mac High, St. Dominic's, Regina School, Lionel Connor, those are the ones that we started with. St. Joseph School, we have started with those, and now we have continued with schools like Sundial School, the Hillside School. I know that the university was also busy, Sister Borgia was also busy, and most naturally the big one in Dutch Quarter, which is the Martin Luther King School. The roof should be completed poured now, and we are continuing to complete this school as soon as possible.
Having said that now, Minister, teachers were a point of concern for many schools. In fact, not too many schools believe that they would have been able to at least have the required number of teachers in place for the new school year. What update can you provide as it pertains to that matter?
The staffing of schools across the island at the beginning of every school year is sometimes a challenge. Sometimes the teachers get in on time, sometimes they don't get in on time, and you will always have last-minute movements that you cannot avoid. So these are things that happen every year, and we do work on them and get them ironed out as soon as possible so that the tranquility and the continuation of the education program can continue.
Your overall message, final question to parents, teachers, and of course, guardians alike.
I always like to say thank you to the staff and the teachers for the energy that they put into our children. And I also thank the parents for looking out for the education of their children. One of my main messages that I have, especially for parents, is to look at the devices that they have bought for their children, which are the games and the telephone, that the children are up at night and they don't sleep. And a child that does not have sufficient sleep cannot pay sufficient attention. So the success of the child academic year also depends on the supervision of the parents. Overall, I would like to wish us a successful 2023 academic year, and that we all have a safe year. We do have to look out for extra traffic during the academic year, and this is something that we all know. We might not get used to it, but we all know.
central bank belongs to St. Martin and Curacao, not to the Netherlands. The central bank allowed the Hero Bank to go head under, and they allowed Enya to go head under. And nobody is held accountable for such in central bank. To the contrary, we parading people on stages, tell them how great they are, when they sat there and saw these things happen. You see, we got to stop this game of cat and mouse. The people need to understand that if this government doesn't get off its backside right now and fix Enya, make the compromises that need to be made. I am not blaming this Minister of Finance alone. Other ministers sat there. This started back in 2014 already. And it just continued going till 2018. The central bank stepped in. For 4 years in between there, look who the ministers of finance were. They allowed this to happen. And then, tell me who talking stupidity now. Because we seem to not want to talk about Enya, but we need to talk about Enya. Enya is a very, very serious issue for all of us. Not only for those that hold the pension. They're going to have a bigger problem because they can't make ends meet now after working 30, 40 years. The problem I have is that the economy can collapse. And if the economy collapses, the government will collapse. And if the government collapses, the people will suffer. Make no mistake about that. Anybody coming to help you, going to come in with you being in the cellar. Not being where you was and we go, oh, we're going to fix it from there. No, it doesn't work so. It doesn't work so. So we need to understand what we're up against. Now, our third quarter packages, our country packages. Like I stated last week, I was going to go through them. So I decided to take the theme of economic reform, the theme of, the theme of healthcare, the theme of education, and the theme of reinforcing the rule of law measures. Those 4 themes will be discussed today and reviewed the way I believe they look in how we're going to put it together and how we move from here with it. Now, when we look at economic reform and we look at what the objectives of the country packages are, it is 2 principal things. Establishing a sound, dynamic, and resilient economy. 2, establishing a robust and affordable social security system that applies stimuli at the right time and place. Now, if we look at the various aspects within the economic reform team, we will realize that they want to do an integrated analysis of the current labor market policy, legislation, and regulations will be carried out on the basis of which the labor market policy will be updated and modernized. Measures such as, and now I need you all to listen carefully, measures such as shorter working hours, part-time employment, short-term contracts, flexible dismissal laws, removal of obstacles to employing foreign workers, illegal employment, and tackling the youth employment will be included in the analysis. Based on the analysis, proposals will be developed and implemented. Now, when I read this, again, it begs to question if we are living in St. Martin or not. What do we need to analyze about foreign workers being here undocumented? You don't need to analyze it. You need to handle it. You need to deal with this matter if you want to protect youth unemployment or just basically unemployment of our own people. Again, you see, the problem in economic reform is not just the labor. It is the economy itself. We are not diversifying. We are not talking about how we're going to do that. We're not talking about getting higher paying jobs. We are talking about dealing with what we have here and see how we can fix that. That's not the solution. That is not the solution. Making it easier to fire people and bring in foreigners because that's what we want to promote is going to create a problem in this country.
with you the new Taco, a combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco with a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow, compatible with all types of bites. New Taco. Enjoy a double breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Taco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Twice the number of bands on the road this year, and perhaps twice the fun. 32 bands with more than 10,000 revelers, many covered in paint, took to the streets of Bridgetown for the popular 4-day morning jam. While last year marked the return of the street party since the COVID-19 pandemic, this year the people were out in their numbers.
We missed 3 years, and then we're back on the road now. It's a full spectacle. If you see my band, it's beautiful, it's colorful, it's fantastic.
It was the first year on the road for Passion, the 4-day morning experience. Band leader Shanice Burgess said they merged with more established band Road Warriors. Combined, they had about 350 revelers on the road.
I love soca. I live for crop over. I listen to soca music from January to December, so that is it for me. I love designing. I'm a creative, so yeah, we're just here on the road having a blast.
Last year, band leader of 3-7 family Kevin Gobin told us he would be back in 2023, a promise he's kept.
Yes, there was a last-minute rush, a big last-minute rush, right? A big rush where you get enough more people coming. I mean, yes, if you look at the band's swell.
Every band, we got Carrie Band, we got people from Ghana, Jamaica, Vinci, Barbados. So everybody's coming and enjoying themselves at one.
And in a show of true Caribbean unity, St. Lucian event promoter Manuel Payne took in his first 4-day experience after hosting a Barbadian DJ for his country's carnival last month.
This year, Skills came on with the biggest band in St. Lucia just for fun, and he played on our Juve. It's similar to the 4-day, same time zone. So it's a step in the right direction. Coming out from last year, doing 2 events, coming into this year, he doubled up on those amount of events. So it's just growing, it's more unity, and everyone, all the St. Lucian DJs and a lot of the artists have enough respect and love for him. So I like it, and that's a vision I like. Because I do it in St. Lucia, I come to Barbados, and now I do it in Trinidad as well. It's just unifying everything, it's one culture.
This year, the bands moved off from 3 starting points: Queen's Park, the BTII car park on Bay Street, and the BIDC on Harbour Road. The jump culminated on the mighty Griner Highway. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Jumping up on the stage, jumping up on the roads. Thousands dressing up in elaborate costumes to play Mass and take part in the Toronto Caribbean Carnival.
This actually has to do with celebrating our freedom. It's a completely different meaning. It takes it to a completely new level.
Letitia Williams is a carnival expert, and from spreading the knowledge of the roots of it to resist slavery, to her walking across the stage in her costume, it's her at her best.
Being in costume is like my Sasha Fierce, because if you asked me to do that in regular clothing, I probably wouldn't have the confidence that I have now.
The event is a celebration of the best of the Caribbean culture, the bedazzled outfits, the intricate designs, and most importantly, the dancing and music. From those hailing from those ends, but not taking part, the parade lives within them.
It gets deep in your soul, you know, and they want to share that with everybody around them. And, you know, not being a part of it, not being in the parade, you still feel it, you're still a part of it. It's beautiful. It's life, it's love.
And even politicians taking in the parade, celebrating the weekend.
The culture, the music, the dance, and of course, the great food and the beautiful costumes.
Looking good, man. Where's our costume? Oh, yo, this year I didn't play mass, but next year I will. It's a huge gift to the community. It's a huge gift to the city. You can see so many people come out to enjoy this. There's a sense of unity, of togetherness.
And while it's a meaningful day for the Caribbean culture, the event also gives an opportunity for non-Caribbean folks to be welcomed in, play mas, with Toronto's diversity on full display.
Celebration of the Caribbean culture, and then they welcomed everyone. And it was just come, celebrate, support.
The diversity inclusion in Toronto is next level. You can see it's every age, every race, everything is here. It's such a vibe. We love it.
While the Caribbean Carnival Parade is the marquee event, there's still 2 more days so that folks can jump up. Amar Khan, Global News.